Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to today's video. So as you probably know, I've committed to a bodybuilding prep comp, as you would have seen in my last video. Anyway, what we're going to do today is I'm going to go see Dan, who's going to guide me through the process. Now, he's the current natural Mr. Australia competing in ICN, which is I Compete Natural. So his physique is probably like the pinnacle of what you can achieve naturally. And he knows all about bodybuilding. Like, sure, I know how to help you transform your body and achieve a great transformation, but bodybuilding and this level of knowledge is on another level. Like, he's probably one of the most knowledgeable people in the world, and such a good bloke as well. And so he's going to guide me through this prep and through this process. So yeah, basically he's just going to run me through the comp prep and how we're going to go about prepping for this competition so I can achieve the greatest physique possible for me, and try and win this competition. And for you guys out there with pectus or non-pectus subs, just see, so you can see how I go through the process of achieving the greatest physique possible. So we're going to go get a plan with him and go from there. Guys, this is Dan. He's going to be guiding me. He's the Australian national champion for natural bodybuilding.
ICN, yeah.
Hectic. And he's going to be guiding me through this prep. So it's exciting times. This is the start. And yeah, he's just going to run you through some stuff now.
All right, so yeah, really pumped to be working with Riley and chatting with him this morning about his prep and how it's going to break down. So first thing we spoke about is that what's the length of time? When is there going to be the show? So we worked out it's going to be the 18th of May. Okay, and then we broke it back down from there and we worked out that it gives us about 8.5 months from now until the show. So let's say we've got 8.5. All right, then we need to work out, so if we've got 8.5 months, where we're going to dedicate time to either building more muscle and then cutting down and dropping body fat. Now, one of the common things that I see with competitors is a lot of people do not give themselves enough time to get as lean as they want to get when it comes to show time. And the downside to that is it means you need to be, if you don't have enough time, you have to be super aggressive, do a ton of cardio, eat very, very little amounts of food, and you normally feel like absolute shit along the way, and you can also end up losing more muscle mass. And obviously you don't want to lose muscle mass in a prep, or you want to reduce as much as you can. So a cool way you can approach it is you give yourself a little bit more time to diet and to get lean and conditioned, and you can maintain a bit more muscle and feel a little bit better in the prep and avoid some of the negative side effects that come along with prepping in, you know, unhealthy ways and things like that. So what we're going to look at is like, all right, we've got 8.5 months. My recommendation is going to be an 18-week diet. So 4.5 months is going to be your cutting phase. Okay. So we're going to break it down and we're going to go 4.5 months. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then half, and this will be show day there.
Yep.
Okay, so that is, let's say, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's going to be half there. So 4.5 months. 18 weeks. Yep. That's now our dieting phase, our cutting.
Yep.
And then if we work, so from where we are now, that basically leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4
yep.
of gaining. So 2, 3, 4. So this becomes gaining,
yep.
this becomes cutting. All
yep.
right, beautiful. So now we've got a really good template of what we're going to work on. So we're here. So what do? Basically we work on hypertrophy, driving training volume up, increasing progressive overload, increasing calories up to try and add new muscle tissue to then set us up in the best position possible to then cut down into the show.
Yep.
So I like to, yeah, just give visuals so we can sort of think about how's it going to look. So when we talk about, say, calorie intake, for example, it'll be, okay, from now, we're going to go up in calories, build them up there, and then when we go look at the show day, it'll likely come down in calories and we'll end up, yeah, dieting to the show from there.
Yep.
Now we're going to add in some different manipulations where we're actually going to push calories up a little bit more aggressively, drop them down a touch, push them up again, drop them down a touch, push them up again, and drop them down a tiny bit like that to pair calorie intake with the training volumes in the different mesocycles month to month running through. So pairing calories to the volume. As the volume goes up towards the end of the meso, we'll provide more calories to recover from it and build more muscle. And then as we come down here in the dieting phase later on, we'll look at cutting calories down there, but then also implementing diet break weeks where we can have weeks off dieting, take another hard week, hard block of dieting, a diet break week, go again, and potentially have at least 3 diet break weeks along the way. Perfect. Which is a really cool way that we can like negate some of the side effects of dieting for long periods of time, sort of hormonally in terms of muscle mass, the way you feel, energy levels, even consistency as well. Like trying to diet hard for 18 straight weeks can be quite challenging.
Yep.
So there's little things that we can do like this to keep the body a bit healthier, enjoy the process a bit more, but the main thing is get a better end result as well, which is really cool.
Awesome. That is huge for me. Something you guys would have seen earlier in the video, but I haven't told Dan, is when I cut last time, my test was actually at 6.5. It's supposed to be 11 to 32.
Yeah.
Just from such a caloric surplus, and I think my cortisol was a bit jacked up.
Yeah.
So that hopefully, like, my plan for this prep is to try and negate as much negative health consequences, because obviously prepping, guys, isn't healthy.
Well, that's the thing. You're taking the body into unhealthy realms.
Yeah. So that's going to be huge. So I'm glad you're wanting me to do that.
Yeah, it's always good to think about, how can we achieve a really good result, but how can we keep the body as healthy as we can, maintain more muscle. Training intensity is another big one. A lot of people, if you're dieting super hard for a long time, run yourself into the ground, you feel like shit, your training drops off, and what happens when your training drops off? You start to lose muscle mass really quickly.
Yep.
Okay, so we want to try and avoid that. Feel better, train harder all the way into the show, maintain more muscle, and get the best possible end result for you on stage.
You're a legend, hell yeah.
So excited for it, but a rough breakdown on how it's going to go. Then we get into the nitty gritty of all the calorie stuff and that as we go along there. But that's just an overview of what the next 8.5 months look like.
Sick. So over the next 8.5 months, we've got a long time to do this. I'm going to have heaps of educational content with Dan, collaborating with him, Alex, other people in this gym, just try and teach you guys as much as we can through my experience of gaining, how to gain, how to put on size if that's what you want to do, then cutting if you want to get shredded, get a good beach body, or potentially compete. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm excited as hell. Thanks so much, bro. I appreciate it.
No worries.
And stay tuned for all the videos, guys. So as you guys can see, Dan's a legend, and I'm so pumped to be working with him. The footage you can see now is me doing my chest, shoulders, and arms workout on my split. So this week was week 5 of my first mesocycle. So my training's getting really, really advanced now, really scientific, and every different training methodology, every protocol is really being accounted for, which is great. So anyway, you'll see my workout, you'll see how my form in my exercises. Most exercises are really controlled, and you get a gist of what I'm doing in regards to my training. But also, I'm not going to talk about my workout. What I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about how to achieve your greatest physique, and some of the things Dan talked about. I want to reiterate some points. So firstly, the thing that I think is most important about what Dan was showing with the plan to bring in this package for my bodybuilding show. Now, obviously, a bodybuilding show is taking your physique to the next level. So if you want to achieve your greatest physique, following that kind of plan, that kind of template is how you do it. So the biggest thing that I want to highlight is the fact that it's going to take us so long. It's 8.5 months. Now, there's a problem in the fitness industry where so many coaches guarantee quick fixes in 4 weeks and all of this 8-week transform your entire life. And the thing is, you can get amazing results really quick, but what's going to happen is you're going to likely rebound. If you cut too quick, then you're going to hurt your hormones, you're going to be in too much of a deficit, you're going to hurt your metabolism, and then at the end of the cut, you're going to be screwed, you're going to binge eat, and you're going to put all the weight back on. That's why so many people yo-yo diet. So what I love so much about this plan is it's so long, everything's so spread out, and as a result of this, I can achieve the greatest physique in a sustainable manner. Rather than yo-yoing between cutting and bulking, cutting and bulking, cutting and bulking, I'm actually having an extended period of a bulk where I can gain, eat in a surplus, feel good, and then a really slow cut so that I can keep my hormones, keep my metabolism good. My aim at the end of this cut is to still be eating over 2,000 calories, which would be so ideal. I want to get my metabolism absolutely firing. I want all my hormones to still be good. I still want to get it up at the end of this cut. I mean, that happens to a lot of bodybuilders and stuff. And that's what my channel is going to be about now. It's not just about physique, but it's about general health, general energy, general cognition, optimizing all those different facets. So in my bodybuilding comp prep, what I'm going to highlight is ways that I'm trying to achieve my greatest body, but at the same time not neglecting my health and still trying to optimize my health and my energy and all of that. So it's going to be an interesting experiment, and that's something that I think is really important for you guys to note, is don't just go into a program trying to transform overnight, because that's not a sustainable way to do it. You want to make it a long and slow result. Nothing worth having comes easy, guys. Nothing worth having happens overnight. The longer the grind, the better the reward, and that's how it is. Not only one, because generally the more work you put into something, the better it'll build, but two, you'll feel better about it. The discipline, the journey, everything is worthwhile. So that's how my comp's going to be. It's going to be a long, slow process, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm so thankful to have Dan as my coach as well, and have such a good mentor in that department. I really look up to him, so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting, and I can't wait to share everything I learned with you guys. And I'm so excited to have my channel with this new direction of educational style videos. So yeah, anyway, that's basically what I wanted to highlight. So to achieve your greatest body, basically you want to build a foundation. You want to have an extended period of a calorie surplus where you're in a gaining phase, trying to build as much muscle as possible and maybe put on a tiny bit of fat, but as little as you can by doing a slow surplus. And then after that, you want to have a long, steady cutting phase where then you reveal the muscle that you have developed and get rid of all of that fat, and that's how you'll achieve that lean muscular physique that you so desire, that everyone desires, that six-pack abs with the broad shoulders. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's the workout, guys. That's basically it. So hopefully you were paying attention to my workout whilst listening to me ramble, but as you can see, I was doing the compound movements and then some isolation work for my shoulders and my biceps and my triceps. I'm training arms 3 times a week now, which is sick because it's fun and I'm so keen to get bigger arms. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've got some education from this video. I hope it helped you in some way, and I hope you're excited for the content coming on this channel. If you are and you haven't already, please subscribe, and lots of love. See you later.